The second I walked into the grand hall, I heard that familiar, mocking laugh. Marcus, Sterling the guy whom I giving hell, was holding court in the center of the room, a scotch in one hand and a cigar in the other. He looked at me, then turned to his group of yes men and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Well, look who it is. If it isn't Leo the loser. Vance, did you sneak in here to refill the ice buckets, Leo?" His friends roared with laughter, clutching their rented tuxedos. Marcus didn't even try to hide his disdain. To him, I was still the scholarship kid with the taped-up glasses and the second-hand shoes. I was just a stain on his perfect evening, a reminder of people he thought he was better than. What Marcus didn't know, what nobody in this room knew, was that I bought this entire building 6 months ago. The Pinnacle Tower, the most exclusive venue in the city. Every crystal in that chandelier. Every bottle of vintage wine in the cellar. And the very ground Marcus was standing on belonged to me. And by the time this night was over, his arrogance was going to cost him his career. My name is Leo Vance. I'm 29 years old. I grew up in the rusty side of Detroit, where the only thing more common than potholes were broken dreams. I left town the day after graduation with a backpack, a cracked laptop, and a burning desire to prove them all wrong. Everyone back home thought I had failed. They heard rumors that I was working in a basement, somewhere fixing computers for minimum wage. And for the first 3 years, they were right. I ate canned beans, slept on a mattress I found on the street, and coded until my fingers bled. But that basement job was actually the start of Apex Systems. I built an AI algorithm that revolutionized cybersecurity. By 25 million, by 27 Ziri, for $50 million. Now, at 29, I am the majority shareholder of a tech empire worth billions. But here is the thing about real wealth. It whispers while poverty screams. I don't wear flashy logos. Drovina Sedan, not a Ferrari. My suit is bespoke Italian wool, but it has no brand name on the outside. So, I stood there in the entrance, watching Marcus brag about his massive business deals. He was currently a regional manager for a logistics company, acting like he was the Wolf of Wall Street. He walked over to me, invading my personal space. "So, Leo," he sneered, "what are you doing these days?" "Still fixing printers. If you need a job, I might need someone to wash my Porsche. It pays $10 an hour." I just smiled. That calm, patient smile of a predator watching its prey waltz into a trap. "I'm doing okay, Marcus." "My projects," said softly. "Managing projects," he mocked, rolling his eyes. "That's code for unemployed, guys." I walked over to the bar. The bartender, David, froze for a second when he saw me. He knew exactly who I was because I signed his paychecks. I gave him a subtle shush signal with my finger. David nodded imperceptibly and poured me my usual sparkling water with lime. I leaned back and watched the room. It's funny how people show their true colors when they think you have nothing to offer them. Girls who wouldn't look at me in high school ignored me again. Guys who used to shove me into lockers pretended I didn't exist. That's when I overheard Marcus talking to a group of wealthy alumni near the buffet. He was pitching them an investment opportunity. "Listen," Marcus was saying, His voice dropped to a conspiratorial whisper. I have an inside track with Apex Systems. I'm closing a partnership deal with their CEO next week. If you guys give me the capital now, I can get you in on the ground floor. We're talking 500% returns. I almost choked on my water. A partnership with Apex Systems. With me? I had never met this man in a professional capacity in my life. He was running a scam. He was using my company's name to steal money from our former classmates. I watched as people started pulling out checkbooks. Desperate people. People who wanted to believe the lie. Sarah, a girl who used to be kind to me in math class, looked hesitant. Are you sure, Marcus? She asked. Apex is a global giant. Why would they partner with your logistics firm? Because I know people, Sarah. Marcus snapped, his mask slipping. Don't you want to retire early? Or do you want to stay a teacher forever? He was bullying them into investing. It was pathetic. And it was illegal before we continue to the takedown. If you are enjoying this story, please hit that like button and subscribe. Let me know in the comments, have you ever met a bully from your past? I read every comment. Now, back to the story. I pulled out my phone and sent a single text message to my chief legal officer. Run a background check on Marcus Sterling. Logistics. Also, prepare a cease and desist for fraudulent representation of Apex Systems. Bring the papers to the Pinnacle Tower, now, 10 minutes later. The reply came. Marcus wasn't just a liar. He was drowning in debt. He had gambled away his inheritance and was trying one last Hail Mary scam to save himself. He needed their money to pay off loan sharks, not to invest in my company. I could have stopped it right then. But I wanted to see how far he would go. The reunion organizer took the microphone. And now, she squealed, it is time to announce our alumnus of the decade. This award goes to the person who has achieved the most success and brought honor to our school. Marcus straightened his tie, looking smug. He actually thought it was him. He stepped forward before the name was even read. The winner is... The organizer paused, opening the envelope. Her eyes went wide. She looked at the card, then looked at the crowd, confused. Odysseus. Leo Vance. The room went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. Marcus laughed nervously. That's a good joke. Funny. Did you switch the cards, Leo? I put my glass down on the bar. The clink sounded like a gavel hitting a judge's bench. I walked toward the stage. The crowd parted for me, confused. It's not a joke, Marcus, I said. My voice steady and projecting without a microphone. You, Marcus turned red. You're a nobody. I'm the one closing deals with Apex Systems. I'm the one who drives a Porsche. That Porsche is a rental, Marcus, I said calmly. And the only deal you have with Apex Systems is the lawsuit I'm about to file against you for fraud. What are you talking about? He spat, sweat starting to bead on his forehead. You don't know anything about Apex. I am Apex, I said. The silence broke into gasps. Sarah covered her mouth. The checkbooks disappeared back into pockets. Bullshit, Marcus yelled. Provier. Right on cue, the double doors swung open. My security team walked in, flanked by two police officers, and my legal counsel. My lawyer handed me a stack of documents. These, I said, tossing the file onto the table in front of Marcus, are the affidavits proving you've been soliciting funds, illegally using my company's name. And these gentlemen, I pointed to the officers, are here to discuss your outstanding debts and wire fraud charges. Marcus looked at the police, then at me. His face drained of color. He looked like a ghost. He tried to stammer an excuse, but the handcuffs clicked before he could finish a sentence. As they dragged him out, he looked back at me with pure terror. I turned to the room. Everyone was staring at me differently now. Fear, respect, awe. But I didn't care about their admiration. I walked over to Sarah, who was still in shock. Don't invest with him, I told her quietly. If you're looking for a safe place for your savings, call my office on Monday. We have a fund for teachers. I didn't stay for the rest of the party. I walked out to my car, leaving the whispers and the champagne behind. The best revenge isn't making a scene. It's building a castle so high that the people who threw stones at you can't even see the top. Marcus learned a valuable lesson tonight. Be careful who you step on while you're climbing the ladder. They might just own the ladder